Fox's 5 and Dime was here. When Vitamin Foods let out, you saw like 200, maybe 100 African Americans got paid. They go into Fox's 5 and 10. They couldn't go to the banks. This is 1960. They couldn't go to the banks and cash the check. They had to go through Fox's 5 and 10. They cashed the check, a little window in the back, they cashed the check, and when they cashed the check, they spent their money in Fox's, they spent their money in Silco's, they spent their money across the street at Acme. We had a Dollar General down there. Those stores was open till 9 o'clock at night. Then they closed up at 5 o'clock at night. Now you wonder why downtown is dwindling. Because those stores understood the average person. They understood the everyday person. They understood, it wasn't no tourists yet. They understood people with money. They understood the rhythms of the community. We are out of the rhythms of the community today.
In Chestertown as a kid, one of my main jobs was I used to sell rolls, clove leaf rolls. My great aunt made rolls, and my district was Washington Avenue, Philosopher's Terrace, Kent Circle, and Campus Avenue.
These businesses, a barbershop here, there's a barbershop over here, a beauty salon here, a beauty salon here, beer garden here, beer garden down here. Mr. Don Kelly's, if you want to buy a car right here, and I mean, it was just driving every day. Because those guys had something, they believe in the business, they believe in serving the public, serving the business. Now what's so beautiful about this was predominantly African American section of town. Growing up in the household with my grandfather, it was a big stress on education.
The teachers in the block were worse than my grandmother and my mother. Every time I did something, they would tear my behind, send me home, get on the telephone and call. So here we go with this process all over again.
All my aunts were teachers. My uncles were teachers, so I grew up in this kind of environment. I was almost crying when I heard the introduction to everybody, and I thought about our grandfathers and our grandmothers. That's how we got here. I didn't get here because I had a smart brain, or I had all the ideas, all the answers. No. I got here because somebody in my family loved me too. I got here because there was a culture that I saw that was strong and prospering, and had leaders in our community where we don't have today. I saw those people work for 50 cents an hour, scrub floors, raise some of your kids you may know, still friendships today. I saw that with my own eyes. I saw men who wouldn't give up in a community. My grandfather had a system. He sent all the boys to college. This is a great place to grow up in, but you need to, as an African American, as a black male, black woman in this neighborhood, we needed to get out. That was all we talked about in high school. I'm going to leave from here. And what did that do? It took the best and the brightest minds in the black community, and we all left.
Finished school, I went into the Army. I was stationed in Korea for a while. I went to Japan for a while. I was in Germany for a while. After the 6 years were over with, I came back home, and I figured there would be some changes made in Chestertown just from the 6 years that I was gone. But unfortunately, there was none made. Elaborate on this one or not, but anyhow, I used to serve cocktail parties. And I was serving a cocktail party in the neighborhood. And they were talking, I catch a little bit of just moving around through the crowd. And a question came up about what were we going to do with Chestertown. And someone in the crowd there said that Chestertown would be a better town if we got the blacks out of it. At that time, they didn't use the word blacks. But I stopped, and the guy I was working for told me, keep on, don't pay no attention to that. And I said, what you mean don't pay any attention to it? I said, they're talking about me, they're talking about my people.
Couldn't understand why every morning I had to get up in the morning and walk 3 or 4 blocks around the corner when I went to school right across from my house, which was Garnett. What happened was, with my age group was, we got our ability to learn in that first 4 years in our integrated situation. What happens with us now is we have to learn how to get along socially. Education, we could do the work. Now we had to learn how to get along socially. We had to understand what it was like to sit next to someone of another race and be accepted, and do the things that we needed to do to be accepted in that form.
I want you to see the houses. That's what we come out of. We didn't have no $300,000 houses. We did not have $900,000 houses. I got a house right two doors from me, $900,000 and it's in foreclosure. We didn't have those kind of houses. We didn't have those $1,500 a month mortgages. We had $25 a week, and we lived in these houses here. But you see, Wendy here, she's smiling. We were happy. I don't get it. We had less and we was happy, and we got more, and we can't figure this thing out.
I remember as a little kid, my grandparents being worried about the death threats that my grandfather was receiving. I remember bricks being thrown through the front windows of our house as a little kid. So I'm looking, and then I grow up and I have to go out into this world that I realize in order for me to be successful, I need to learn as much as I can about that other side, that I might be able to maneuver and navigate my way through so that I can get the things that I want to be able to have in life. I can walk into People's right now, dressed the way I am. The clerk will walk up to me, and this is right, I could leave from here and go do this right now. Walk into People's, dressed the way I am, the clerk will approach me, good evening, sir, how may I help you? I can get in my car, go home and put on my hoodie and my sweatpants and go back the same person, and someone will be following me around the store. And this is today. This still goes on today. This happens in every situation just about that we have still here in Kent County. You see me standing here now in a suit and a tie. Oh, that's Reverend Tolliver. He's such a nice young man. Let me come back dressed with the hood, the jeans, and the boots, and I probably will not be able to get in the front door of this building. These are the things that we still today have to deal with. We don't blame anybody for it. It's just the way that it is. Now, my man shakes his head. I'm glad you do, because I'm glad you're shaking your head, because it's not just the way that it is. And that's what that's what we hope to bring about in this conversation tonight.
Our problem right now is we have nowhere to go. We have no place to play. For instance, basketball, softball, soccer, football, or anything like that in town. Majority of the kids live in town. The rec center isn't working. We have no way to get to work, the rec center. And we were trying to get a place, or see if we can't get a place in town for the kids. Well, I got involved in that.
I love this community. I really do. Even with the ills, it can make you sad, but it can make you happy too.
What's really changing things now is we're getting an influx of people from Pennsylvania, New Jersey into this neighborhood who are used to having a diverse culture, a diversity in their neighborhoods, and they're wondering what is going on. Why is this? Why is it the way it is? So we're hoping tonight that at least we can open up some ideas from you as to what it is that we can better move as we move forward with all of this.